What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackowitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for WWE SmackDown, the SmackDown after WrestleMania for 4/9/19. And of course, you're going to start out with the New Day. Kofi Kingston, brand new WWE champion, beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. He comes out with the new bar. Of course, they're just building up Kofi Kingston as the ultimate underdog. The guy who wasn't supposed to make it. And they get interrupted by the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, who interrupted the match last night between Kofi and Seth Rollins. And so they come out and they say, we made a friend at Raw, so we're going to have a 6-man tag match tonight. And so that's what happens. Later in the show, you got the New Day, all 3 members, versus the Bar and Drew McIntyre. So that was an open. It was exactly what you expected. It was kind of cool. People are definitely excited that Kofi got to win. I think it's awesome. I don't know that there was anything amazing or spectacular about it. It was alright. So your first match is Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, and Aleister Black, and they are taking on Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade Cien Almas. Of course, he's got Zelina Vega there. Good match. Not as good as I would expect because all of these guys are really good with the exception of maybe one. They all bring something incredibly entertaining to the table, and I just don't know that it was choreographed as well as it could have been. I've certainly seen virtually everybody in this match have a better match than this was. What I'm saying is it's good and I liked it, but I've seen them just do amazing stuff before, and I don't know that this was amazing to me. So it was a good match, not a great match. Mustafa Ali gets the win. And so your faces take the win there. And after the match, Randy Orton comes out and he does his RKO out of nowhere to Mustafa Ali. And then Kevin Owens comes out. And I think it was Rusev he hit with the Stone Cold Stunner. So, obviously, both guys trying to make a name for themselves. Then you get R-Truth and Carmella. They're out there. Carmella's doing her bit about, I couldn't have done anything I've done lately without R-Truth. And Samoa Joe quickly intervenes, and the fight ensues between R-Truth and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe pretty quickly hits the coquina clutch just like he did with Rey Mysterio. Does a real quick promo about, he will take out anybody basically. And then Braun Strowman shows up. And it was actually a pretty even match there. Both guys got a couple of licks in. Both guys couldn't do certain things to the other one. So it was interesting. Braun Strowman coming over from Raw. They're making a big deal out of the draft next week that they got with Raw and SmackDown. So throughout the show, you saw people from Raw coming over. Obviously, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman. You have at least 1 or 2 more. So that was fine. Then you get the Iconics, and this is where I was really disappointed in WrestleMania, the Iconics winning the Women's Tag Team Championships, because I knew what was about to happen. A lot of very, very shitty promos, and that's exactly what this is. It's the Iconics. They're coming out, they're doing a horrible job at promoing, and then they come out with these 2 local girls they called the Brooklyn Bells, and it was not a good match. It was not good promos, and everything during it was cringe. So this is what you get to look forward to, and that's why I didn't want the Iconics to win. It's why I was really disappointed that they did, because I know what follows, and it's not going to be anything good or entertaining. It's just not entertaining. Nothing entertaining about it. Paige is watching the match between the Iconics and the Brooklyn Bells, which of course the Iconics are going to win. Then Paige was interviewed backstage after the match, and she says, the girls better enjoy it because next week I'm bringing a tag team with me. So she's bringing a female tag team apparently. And then you get a Shane O'Mac promo. Shane McMahon comes down. He's talking about, beating the Miz and tearing up his father. And the biggest part of this was like the promo, like he just kind of throwing his weight around with a ring announcer who's not announcing him quite correctly, and a bit overdone. And honestly, I wasn't very into that. Like, I like Shane McMahon, but I was just not into it. And then you get the Hardy Boys versus the Usos. And this is where I'm conflicted as hell. Because good match between the Hardys and the Usos. The Hardys win, and they're the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And immediately, Lars Sullivan's music hits. He comes out, he destroys both of them, makes the brand new champions look weak as fuck. I know it makes him look strong. I don't know. I think that you're putting a lot of stock into a guy who's had a lot of issues lately. And that's not a disrespect. You know, I hope that he's past it and everything's going great. But the fact is that Lars Sullivan has had a lot of issues. So you're making the Hardys look really bad in order to make this dude look strong. But what happens if something happens to him again and he just disappears? Not impossible. So that's my thought there. Then you get a Becky Lynch promo. Fine. Nothing great about it. I mean, it was a basic promo. At the end, she's standing on the ramp, walking back up, and she turns around and she's showing everybody the belts. And Lacey Evans plows her with the women's right, the punch that she does. And that's kind of it. She just left Becky Lynch laid out. And I'm going to keep saying that I don't know about this Lacey Evans thing. The push has been terrible. And from what I saw from her in the couple of appearances she had where she was actually in the ring, I wasn't necessarily that impressed. She looked like she has a long way to go. So I don't know what to feel about the Lacey Evans thing yet. After that, you come back from commercial. Sami Zayn comes out. Everybody in the crowd is singing his music for like 30 seconds to a minute. And then he just says, "No, you're not worth it," and walks back. So he just shows up. Then you get the New Day versus The Bar and Drew McIntyre. I mean, the commonality is that everything is fine. It's okay. Some stuff I could say is good. Nothing has been great. Nothing catches your eye. Everything has just been, it's all right. And that's kind of where today was with this show. And so you already know before it ever happens, the New Day is going to win. Kofi's going to be able to celebrate in the ring on SmackDown. He brings his family into the ring afterwards, and that's where they cut it. I do like the celebration aspect with Kofi, but it was a very lackluster SmackDown after WrestleMania, in my opinion. The crowd was not nearly as alive as Raw's was, and I think that's mainly due to the show. I mean, it was there, and that's all I can say. So, pretty much everything was fine, nothing grabbed you. And so for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 because I think people should have tried harder. I just do. It's the beginning of the new year for WWE, and you got the Superstar Shakeup next week. I just felt it was kind of weak. So 4 out of 10, that's where I'm going with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation, out.